Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you all are doing great. In this video I'll show you how to make this delicious goat meat stew. This stew tasted so delicious. If you're interested to see how I made this, keep watching and please don't forget to click the like button. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing by clicking on the red button there that says subscribe, and also click on the bell icon beside the subscription button and choose the all notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's get started. For this recipe, I'll be using 3 red bell peppers. I've got 4 Scotch bonnet peppers, 1 head of garlic, 1 root of ginger, 1 red onion bulb, in here I've got about 22 pieces of fresh tomato plums. So for this recipe I'll be using fresh tomatoes, but however you can feel free to use canned tomato if that's what is available to you. So what I'm going to do at this point is to go off camera, wash and blend this off because I don't want the video to be too long, and I'll be right back. So now I'm done with the blending process. I'm going to let this cook down on a medium heat till the liquid dries up completely. So these are my list of ingredients for this recipe. In here I've got our tomato pepper blend already steamed to dry. As you can see, it has totally reduced. That way we don't have to fry the stew for too long. So here with me I've got some goat meat. For this recipe I'm using goat meat. However, feel free to use any protein of your choice. Here I've got Derica tomato paste. Feel free to use any brand of your choice. Here I've got 2 onions to fry the stew. In here I've got 1 red onion, 1 root of ginger, about 7 garlic cloves. All these I'll be blending them up to cook the meat. For this recipe I'll be using beef seasoning cubes. Feel free to use any seasoning cubes of your choice. In here I've got some bay leaves. I'll be using about 4. Here I've got some turmeric powder, totally optional. To season, I'll be using dry thyme and rosemary, curry powder and nutmeg, vegetable oil. Lastly, I've got some salt to taste, so let's get cooking. So to begin this recipe, I'll start off by blending the onions, ginger and garlic. Like I said earlier, I'll be using this to cook the meat. So next, I'm just going to be adding 1 cup of water to enable the blending process. To season the meat, I'm adding 4 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Like I said earlier, the turmeric powder is totally optional. 1 tablespoon of nutmeg, 4 beef seasoning cubes already crushed into powder, 1 teaspoon of salt to taste. So lastly, I'll be pouring in our blended up ingredient, which is our onion, ginger and garlic. I'll be adding a little bit of water to rinse out the blender. So next, I'm going to be giving this a very good stir. I'm going to allow this to cook down on a medium heat for between 15 to 20 minutes so that all the seasoning we just added will get into the meat, and I'll be right back to top up more water because we need some stock for the stew. So the goat meat has been cooking for 20 minutes now on a medium heat. At this point, I'm going to be adding enough water to cook it down until it is fully cooked. So while waiting for the meat to finish cooking, I'm just going to quickly come over here, slice my onions and set aside. Yeah, so now the goat meat is fully cooked and I have taken them out from the stock. So I had to separate these ones because I think they have a lot of bones. Yeah, so this one has a lot of bones. I'm just going to be using this ones to keep myself busy behind camera. Okay guys, so now we are ready to fry the goat meat. I'm going to be frying the goat meat till they are nice and golden brown, and this should take between 5 to 7 minutes because I don't want them to be too dry. So the first batch is ready. I'm just going to take them out from the oil and then repeat the same process with the remaining. So now that I have all the goat meat fried, I'm just going to set this aside and then we proceed to make the stew. In a clean dry pot, I'll be adding 3 cooking spoons of oil, and this is the same oil we used to fry the goat meat, and this will make the stew super delicious. Once the oil heats up, I'll add the sliced onions. Next, I'll season with some thyme, rosemary, curry powder, nutmeg, and 1 seasoning cube. So all the spices I added 1 teaspoon each. Now I'm just going to go ahead and fry this for about 3 to 5 minutes. So now that the onions is well fried, at this point I'm going to be adding the tomato paste, and I'll be frying this on a medium heat for between 3 to 5 minutes. So you want to fry this really well for 3 to 5 minutes or even more, depending on the quantity of tomato paste you are using. That way you get rid of all the sour taste or tangy taste of the tomato paste. And also make sure to fry this on a medium heat and stir often to prevent the pot from burning. So this is 5 minutes later. At this point, I'm going to be pouring in my tomato, pepper, onion, ginger, garlic blend, which we steamed to dry earlier. So once that step is completed, stir this very well to combine the tomato paste and the tomato pepper blend. And then we're going to fry this on a medium heat for between 20 to 25 minutes, stirring frequently so it doesn't burn. So the stew has been frying for like 25 minutes on a medium heat. At this point, I'm just going to be seasoning for the last time, and I'll be seasoning with just nutmeg, curry powder, and seasoning cube. So I just added the nutmeg, curry powder. The seasoning cube I introduced earlier, I didn't use all, so I'm just going to reserve that one and crush in 1 cube. Next, I'll pour in the meat stock. I already strained the meat stock. So now I'll just give this a very good stir and then test for seasoning and adjust if needed. So after testing, my seasoning was perfect. Now I'm just going to add in the goat meat, and I'll let it simmer on a medium heat for about 10 minutes so that the goat meat will absorb the flavors from the stew and the stew will absorb the flavor from the goat meat. Let the both get to know each other, and then we will be done cooking. This smells and tastes so delicious, guys. Like the aroma of this fried stew, the aroma of this goat's meat is all over my kitchen. Like the aroma in here is definitely something you don't want to miss. So like I said earlier, we're gonna let this simmer on a medium heat for 10 minutes. Let the goat meat and stew get to know each other, and then we will be done cooking. OMG, guys, the aroma. Now take a look at that. Is it popping or is popping? Don't mind me, guys. So for the excess oil, you can skim it off and use it to fry your eggs, to make your beans porridge, yam porridge, plantain porridge, name them, and it will taste so delicious. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you do, please be sure to click the like button, subscribe if you are not yet already, and also remember to click on the bell icon beside the subscription button and choose the all notifications, because that way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all so much for watching. Until I see you next time with another tasty, delicious, and mouth-watering recipe. Bye for now. Bye bye.